everyone, and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. I'm Kate, and I'm your host for the next half an hour. So I'm at the Spiritual Realm, so it's the Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning, and you'll find me on Facebook page under that name, the Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning. And all the information that I talk about today, including the readings, I'll be taking photos and putting them up on my page so you can have a look, okay? Now, I don't do too much in numerology, but I do love numbers. So I wanted to just quickly talk about that because I'm always seeing like the same numbers all the time, and mine's are fives, like triple fives, okay? So I was just talking to the producer of the show then, and, you know, asked me how long before I wanted to do a live reading. I'm like 5 minutes, okay, like 55, and there's my triple five, okay? And just reminding you, you know, life is always changing, and that is what the fives are about. So, you know, if you're looking at when you're looking at the numbers, okay, so maybe you're born on the 5th day of the month, so you like a lot of change in your life and you like to travel. You know, I'm a life lesson 8, which is about business and growing my own business and being the leader. But number 5, I love number 5 because I love change in my life. You know, I get bored very easy and I'm not very much the homebody. And luckily with my house, it's number 482. So when you add that up and reduce it back to a single digit, it brings you back to the number 5. So it's a really good house for lots of people coming and going. So it's a great business number, you know, with change happening all the time. And that's what happens here. And I'm forever changing things and changing the way I do things and bringing in new things because I get bored very easily. I don't know about you, but I don't like to stick to the same thing all the time. And also, too, when I'm not being a homebody, I love to get out and about and meet people. So actually living in a number 5 is really good because it's attracting people to my house. So I can deal with that. So just remember, life is always changing. Don't think that you're going to be where you are right now next week. You will get over the issues that you're having right now. Think about issues that you've had in the past and how major that they seem to you at the time. And it's like, how am I going to cope? How am I going to get through this? But you do. You're still here now, okay? So life is forever changing. So just remember that, okay? And know that you're not going to be stuck in that same position all the time, okay? So that's a little bit about the numbers, and you know, I'll look into it a little bit more. It's just that I love that number 5 because it's always coming up, you know, the number plates. I'll see 555. When I turn around and I look at the time, you know, it's 5:55. And I just know things are constantly changing, and it really excites me. A lot of people don't like change in their life, but I do because it's always bringing in something new, some new adventure. I love to travel and go to different places and just check out the area around me. I live here in southeast Queensland, Australia, and we have got just the most beautiful, we live in the most beautiful area. I'm near the bay, so we've got a lot of islands around us. We've got a beautiful island at Tangalooma that we can go to, which is only 40 minutes on the ferry, and you can go and feed the wild dolphins there. A beautiful spiritual moment, that is. I just absolutely loved it. And I went over there with my family one day, and my daughter-in-law was pregnant at the time. And with the dolphins and their sonar, they're just quite incredible creatures. And when Jess walked into the water to go and feed the dolphins, and I was standing next to her, she was freaking out a little bit because the dolphin was swimming around her legs and turning its head around and looking up at her because the dolphin was able to sense that she was pregnant. And it was such a curious creature. They're just absolutely beautiful, very sensitive. So, you know, we just have so many beautiful things around here. I can drive 5 minutes down the road and I'm already into the country area. You know, I come from Sydney and it was just so busy there, and it would take you an hour and a half to drive out of the suburbs and get into like the bushlands and the farm area. So living up here in Queensland and having all the greenery around and so many beautiful places to go and visit, it's just awesome. So I sort of feel like I'm on a bit of a permanent holiday too. So I just want to tell you, I've got now here in Australia at Wellington Point. I'm based in Wellington Point. I've got 2 tea leaf reading classes coming up. That's really my speciality. I love doing tea leaf reading, and I'll be doing one for someone today. But I teach tea leaf reading. So on the 18th of November, I will be running a 3-hour workshop here at Wellington Point at my place, okay? And then on the 19th of November, I'll be running another tea leaf reading workshop from a shop up the north side of Brisbane at Relaxed and Replenished. Hi, girls. I hope you're listening to me. So I'll be up there on the 19th. Now, there's also a beautiful shop at, I think it's Narangba, which is just north of Brisbane, okay, and it's called Earth Vibrations. And Karen runs that, absolutely beautiful, and she works with, I think it's crystal liquids. Just amazing what the types of readings that she does, and something that's really quite different as well too. So I'll be up there on the 11th of November, and she will be doing a mini expo there and having readers go there. I'll be there doing my tea leaf reading, palmistry and tarot. But you can catch me up there on the 11th of November. Now, this is all on my Facebook page, The Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning. Okay, so if you're in the area, come and see us. Come and have a reading, okay? What else have we got here? Let's go to a caller now. I've got Tim in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. Are you there, Tim?
Yes, I am. How are you?
I'm very good, Tim. How are you?
I'm going through a very difficult time right now.
Are you? How can I help you today? What's your question?
I lost my job in July. I was hospitalized for severe depression. I was told by my government I tried to apply for disability benefits and I was denied. And now we're falling behind in mortgage payments, and I'm afraid that we're going to lose our home. And
I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah.
My question is, will there be a way to save my home? I mean, will something happen to help me save my home? Because I have 2 little girls that love this house, and I don't think I can, live with myself if I lose this house.
Okay. Okay. Like I was saying before, there's always changes coming about, and it's just such a shame that you weren't able to get onto that disability pension, because I know I was on the disability pension myself a few years ago, and the questions that I had to answer, it was very, very personal, and it makes me wonder, people that actually get on there and rort the system, how they actually manage to get it, because here was me. I was very sick, and it was very hard for me to get on it, and I'd had a heart attack and strokes and stuff and dropped down to 43 kilos. So, it was the questions were just really personal and really hard. So I'm sorry that you're having trouble with that. Now, when I was doing the cards, okay, I've used to use the cards. They're called My First Tarot. Okay, they're very easy cards to read. But as I was doing it, as I was tuning into you, I kept on procrastinating. Okay, and everything was. It always seemed like there was something else that was coming up, and I had to do this and I had to do that, and my head wasn't quite in the right space to do what it is that I was supposed to be doing. It's like you sit down and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to do this, and then you keep getting up to go off and do something else for somebody else. And I felt like you were doing too much for other people and not thinking about what it is that you need for you, because it's burning you out. Would I be right in saying that?
Yes, in many ways. I've worked in the mental health field for 20 years, and I burned out in that field. And my relationship with my wife isn't so good right now. You know, she kind of like, you know, makes me feel bad for not working. I'm trying to find a job, something different than what I was doing, but I'm scared. I'm anxious all the time. I'm depressed. I'm crying at night. I'm just constantly worried about losing this house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and look, I know where you're coming from, because I was thinking, how are we going to survive? We had just got our mortgage, and, you know, having this disability hit me back in 2010. So I'll just quickly go there, okay, because I just want to say I'm still in my house now, okay? So that was my main worry, was the house payments, okay, when I got sick, because I couldn't go to work again. And I was told that I wouldn't be able to work for the rest of my life. And I'm doing this now and absolutely loving my work. And I went off the disability pension about 3 years ago. So 7 years down the track, I'm still in my house. We are still managing, okay? So I want you to know, I want you to think, rather than running around and doing stuff for everybody else, okay, you need to start working on you now, okay? So just know that everything is working out the way it's supposed to. And when something like this happens and we come crashing down, there's a reason for it. And Spirit is telling us we are not on our right path. We are not doing what we're supposed to be doing, okay? So think about other areas in your life, things that you've wanted to do before. Maybe you can go back to something that you used to love, something that you miss. May I ask how old you are?
I haven't loved anything except for my kids, but I just haven't had any interest in anything lately. I'm just scared. I'm just constantly worried.
Okay. My main thing that I did for myself was my big turning point, where Spirit kicked me up the bum because I wasn't doing what I should be doing. I started listening to meditation CDs every night. I was so weak I couldn't get out of bed. But I would listen to meditation CDs. Now, this is a really good one for you. It's Doreen Virtue, Angel Medicine, okay? So if you can download that and listen to that every night when you go to bed, and what it does, it cuts the ties from the past issues, okay? Hurts that you've had. It might be going back to childhood. So you need to work on these issues, okay? So you know, as a counsellor, that you need to accept and forgive and move on from what has happened in the past, okay? So you need to work with that. This CD, it doesn't even matter if you go to sleep. Your subconscious is still going to listen, okay? It's still going to take it in. And I promise you, over time, by meditating, it's going to help with those stress levels, okay? Because I had big depression going through it as well too. But I'll put something up on my Facebook page, okay? If you just get onto the Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning and send me a private message, you know, we can chat a little bit more that way as well too. And I can tell you what I've done for myself, okay, to get through that horrific time in my life and be happy and content and in a marriage that is so good, okay? So when you start working on yourself like that, it helps with the relationships that you are in, and it makes them stronger as well too. Okay? Now, I do see work coming up for you. Okay? So with these cards here, okay, the first card that came out was the Six of Pentacles, okay? And this is a person that can be very generous, okay, and very giving of themselves. And I think maybe with your counselling, you were too giving and they were sucking your energy, okay? And that's what I've written down here. I've actually got the words burning out, okay, because you were giving too much of yourself. So now it's time that you start doing stuff for yourself, okay? Then we have the King of... Yeah.
Whenever I try to do things for myself, I start to get called selfish by my family. You know, my wife and her family, they start calling me selfish, and I'm not focusing on saving their house. And you know, that's my main concern right now, is whether or not we're going to stay here.
What, to stay with your family or keep the house?
Keep the house. You know, with my kids and all, I'd be able to stay here. I mean, will something happen? Something will happen that will make sure that we stay here.
Okay, I do see work coming up for you. Okay, so I want you to do the meditations every single day. Know that there is work coming out, okay? These meditations are going to help you, and just follow what your doctor says as well too. So it's really important that you see your doctor, okay? At the end of the day, now I'll take a photo of these cards, and because I'm not going to be able to get through the whole reading because I'm limited to my time, okay? But I will put these cards up on my Facebook page, and each one of them has got a section that you read. So there's 8 messages on each card. So depending on where they land as to what message you read, and I'll put that up on there. Now, one of the ones that did come out, which is your advice, okay, it's about don't listen to the way people judge you, okay? What they think about you is none of your business. And I know that's really hard to sort of take, but that's their opinion, and everybody's got their own opinion. So please try not to take on and let it upset you with what they say, because you're only doing what you can do, okay? Make sure you get out in the sunshine as well too, because it's really important that you soak up the vitamin D, which helps boost your energies, okay? You need to get up. Even just going out for a walk, okay, because it's producing the hormones that help make us feel happier, okay? So I want you to do that. Now, the last card that did come out, so there are 8 cards here, so I'm not going to have time to sort of go through them all. But the last card that did come out was the 9 of Pentacles, okay? So your future is looking bright and wonderful. You are going to feel like you've won lotto, okay? So I want you to imagine, okay, that feeling is already happening within you. So even though you're feeling very low at the moment and the depression is really bad, I want you to think back to a really beautiful memory that you had that really made you feel joyous and happy, okay? And grab hold of that and remember those feelings and have those feelings go through your body. Now, I worked a lot on this, okay, remembering the good things as well too. And it's amazing, like I'm getting shivers now just thinking about it. It's amazing how you can have yourself feeling good again just by those thoughts of remembering what happened in the past that made you feel good. So you're faking it until you make it. Okay? So when you get up in the morning too, it's really important when you get up and drag yourself out of bed that you do yourself up. Don't just put on your sloppy clothes, okay? I want you to dress up. I want you need to, when you're walking past a mirror, it's like, oh my God, you look good. You look good today. okay?
Okay.
So even when I was going for these interviews and I was so sick, I'm not saying put makeup on, but I would do myself up. I would do my hair. I couldn't lift my arms because I'd had 2 strokes, okay, but I would go to the hairdressers and I would have my hair done because I couldn't do it myself. So I did that once a week. I went to the school and it was very, very cheap. So I would always do something that I would get up and I would put on something nice where I looked decent and, you know, do myself up. So I might not have felt good inside, but looking good on the outside is the first step, okay? So it's doing stuff for yourself like that. But that's what I want you to do, okay? So I hope that has helped, Tim, but I do see you going back to work and I want you to do something different, okay? Stop taking on other people's problems, okay? And you need to learn to protect yourself, okay? Say to yourself, have a protection spray or a clearing spray around you, okay? So when someone's draining your energies, just use the spray. Anyway, I hope that has been helpful, Tim, and go to my page, The Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning, and I will put that information up. Give me a couple of hours, though, okay?
Thank
and
you
I'll
so
have
much.
that up for you later. You're welcome, Tim. All the best. Okay, now we have got Debbie from Newark, Delaware, USA. Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
I'm not too bad. Okay, how can I help you today, Debbie?
I wanted to find out what's going on with my life, work-wise, finances, romantically.
Romantically, so you don't have anyone in your life at the moment?
No, I have a husband that I want to get rid of, so he's not even part of what I'm interested in, but there is a guy that's near and dear to me by the name of Sean.
Okay. Now let me tell you what I'm seeing. Now I've done a tea leaf reading for you, okay? So I've taken some photos so you can have a look, and I have used this wonderful cup, the Cup of Destiny, okay? So there's symbols in there, and it's an awesome cup to use because if you don't think you've got any psychic abilities, there's still symbols where the tea leaves land, and you can read that. So I've done a combination, okay? Now, the first thing that I was actually seeing before I even turned the cup over was in the area where the cat is, which is about you being independent, okay, having that independent streak, following your heart. It's telling you to follow your heart, okay? And I'm seeing a lady in a wedding dress, okay? So this suggests to me that there is something special on the way, okay? There was also in the area of the bell, that's an announcement, you know, special things coming up, celebrations, okay, happy news, positive changes in your life, okay? So that's what I'm seeing there. But I just want you to be careful too that you're not putting yourself in a dangerous situation, okay? Because I was picking up on a little bit of that. Are you still living with your husband?
Yes, he's still with me, but I told him by Thanksgiving time when we go to his folks' house that I wanted to leave him up there, you know, because I'm just done with him. He just doesn't want to do anything. You know, I just want to get rid of him.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just picking up that you need to be careful. Now, also in that area too, now I've got both in the area of the snake and the horseshoe. So the horseshoe is about good luck, okay? And it's about great things coming your way. But it's also, and there's a heart there, okay? So this is new love coming to you, or, you know, this guy that you're interested in. But also too, the snake was representing, now, it can be a number of things. It can be like growing into yourself, like resurrecting a new part of yourself, a new part of your life, okay? But there is a mouse there. Now, the mouse can be you need to be careful of your finances. You need to watch your finances. You need to look at the details in the paperwork and make sure that you're happy with everything. So don't just go signing anything, okay? You need to look at all the writing. So I feel like there's some documents coming up that you need to take special, importance with it, okay? And just check everything there. And be careful who you tell what you're going to do, okay? Especially if you don't know them too well, because I see things I see a little bit of trouble there with someone that's got a big mouth, okay? So you need to be careful there. Now, also, too, I'm seeing like you're going on holidays, broadening your horizons, going away. So possibly even going away with this person, but I'm picking up like Hawaii or Fiji, but I'm feeling more Hawaii because I've got the person here in their grass skirt dancing away in the area of the moon, which is all about our emotions as well, too. And just being careful of, when you're in an emotional situation, be careful of what you're saying. You've got Jupiter there as well too, which is about luck and expansion. And you've also got a hook in that area, which is about someone special, like someone special coming into your life that you're hooked on as well too. And communicating through the phone. So there was a phone there as well. Now, we're out of time now, so I'll put this up on my Facebook page, the rest of the reading, okay, and the pictures, and you can read it from there, okay? So have a lovely weekend, Debbie, and I hope that helps. This is Kate Denning here from the Spiritual Realm, and I will be with you next week on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. All have a happy and safe weekend. And if I'm in time, go onto my page, The Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning. There's a fabulous thing happening here on the 28th of October up at Mount Tambourine. Don't miss your seats. It's a special event. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.